morning, everybody. Wow, it's already Thursday. I can't believe it. We only have 4 days left together. So remember, I know eighth grade, you're like, why are you always in sixth grade? It's because same thing this week. Let me go here. We are Thursday. So you should have done your selfie. You should have done your animal practices. Yesterday, you should have done your fashion. Today is all about backgrounds, okay? So this is what's really cool is how are you going to design your background to make your dapper animal stand out? The emphasis of this entire project is your dapper animal. And so how are you going to make your dapper animal stand out? Remember, that we've already created and dealt with pattern. So if you're in sixth grade, we did pattern. If you're in eighth grade, we did pattern. We did that with our starbursts. We are going to be learning about an artist today named Kehinde Wiley. He actually is the person who painted Obama's portrait for the National Portrait Gallery for his presidency. And he is phenomenal. After that, you are going to be working on your figuring out how you want that background to be. Remember, you can do this digitally or on paper. Notice here with this I don't want to call it a monkey because it's not a monkey, but this gorilla type animal, baboon maybe. Notice how the background really stands out and kind of mimics his sweater a little bit. And it is just a very simple pattern. Now this one right here is a little bit crazier. And it's got patterns and flowers, and it has optical illusions going on behind it. And this person kind of really stuck with the black and white theme with the shark and then did the crazy colors in the background and tied it together with the black and white optical illusions. So what are you going to do with yours? That's the question. Check out this cat. I absolutely love this one. I love the glasses. I love the collar. The background is very fancy and regal, and it kind of matches the eyes. So you want it to kind of pull out pieces of your animal. Here's Kehinde Wiley's pieces that I was telling you about. He bases his paintings off of famous paintings, and he removes whoever the original person was that was in the famous painting and replaces it with a black person of color, and it is amazing. And then he brings in all these beautiful backgrounds, and they usually entangle around the person. So you can see how they entangle around the woman here and they entangle around this gentleman here. He actually goes out on the streets and finds his subjects. So he might find them like in a grocery store, or he might find them walking somewhere, and then he's like, oh, this is exactly the person I want in my painting. And then he offers to pay them to model for him. And this is a really awesome video about Kehinde Wiley, so you need to please watch that. You can see all his pieces behind him. And what's really cool, again, is he recently painted Obama's presidential portrait, so that's in the National Gallery, and that's super cool. And just his work in general, he is a phenomenal painter. So check out his work, and that is what the backgrounds are inspired by, is by Kehinde Wiley. Go through here. So your background expectations, pattern and repetition, and it has to fill the entire page. Okay, that's the whole point. It needs to fill the whole page. Your dapper, also notice how large the dapper animals are, that they fill up a big chunk of the page too, because that's the emphasis. Color, lots and lots and lots of color. It could be digital or paper. It could be any supplies you have at home. Okay, and you must bring in at least one thing you've learned this trimester. So think about the pattern. Think about maybe you want to add typography. Maybe you want to add words to it. Maybe you want to name your dapper animal. What can you bring into this that you've learned this trimester? So here are some other examples of some dapper animals. And that's my dog that I'd made into a dapper animal with a fun background. And he's got a fancy scarf. So you can play this Animal Kahoot if you want. The rest of us will play that in class today, but check it out. Let me know if you have any questions.